Imagine this. What if you could increase your productivity by 400% in just 12 weeks? Later in this video, I'll share the secret time blocking technique that helped one financial advisor achieve that exact result and how you can implement it in your life too. Stay tuned because in just a few minutes, you'll learn how to break free from annual goal-setting procrastination and start living with a sense of urgency every single day. Today, we're diving into a revolutionary idea from the book The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. If you've ever felt like you're working hard year after year without seeing the breakthrough results you deserve, then this video is for you. The secret isn't about working harder. It's about executing smarter, with laser-focused short-term goals that really move the needle. Think about your typical annual goal. It's January full of enthusiasm, big dreams, and promises to change your life. But by March, many of us are already off track. We tell ourselves, I have plenty of time. And as the year drags on, that sense of endless time becomes a breeding ground for procrastination. Come September, panic sets in when we realize there are only a few months left to achieve what we set out to do. This end-of-year rush forces us into frantic, last-minute efforts, leaving us exhausted and less effective than we could have been. This pattern is not just common in personal life, it's a recurring theme in businesses too. Many organizations set yearly targets and then scramble in the final quarter to hit those numbers. But what if we could harness that same intensity and focus throughout the year? That's exactly where the concept of the 12-week year comes in. By redefining your year as a 12-week period instead of 12 months, you create a natural sense of urgency every day. So, what is the 12-week year all about? Simply put, it's a system that compresses your planning and execution into 12-week cycles. Instead of making vague, long-term plans that allow for procrastination, you break your goals down into weekly and even daily tasks. When you only have 12 weeks to achieve your vision, every action counts. The approach forces you to focus on only the most critical activities, those that genuinely drive your result. For example, if your goal is to increase sales, you don't just set a broad target like close more deals. Instead, you commit to making a specific number of prospecting calls each week with clear targets that keep you accountable. This precision eliminates the false comfort of having plenty of time and turns your planning into an intense, action-packed sprint. One of the most compelling aspects of the 12-week year is the idea that execution beats mere planning. It's not enough to have a fantastic plan on paper. You must follow through with consistent, focused action. The book highlights the story of Ann Loftman, a successful financial advisor who was already doing well. Instead of trying to expand into new markets or chase additional clients, Ann simply focused on executing her existing strategies with renewed discipline over a 12-week period. The result? She increased her production by a jaw-dropping 400%, earning her the title of the first female associate of the year in her firm's 103-year history. Ann's story proves that you don't need to work longer hours to achieve more. Instead, you need to work smarter by ensuring that every day is filled with high-impact activities. When you narrow your focus and commit to a short, intense cycle of work, you eliminate distractions and build a habit of execution that carries you from one success to the next. But execution isn't just about checking tasks off a list. It's about having a vision that truly excites and motivates you. The authors argue that many people fail not because they lack goals, but because their goals lack emotional depth. Think about it. It's easy to say you want to get fit or earn more money, but without a deep personal reason driving you, it's hard to stay committed when obstacles arise. Consider a man who struggles with his weight until a doctor warns him of a high risk for heart disease. Suddenly, that goal becomes a matter of survival rather than just a desire to look good. That emotional connection is the fuel that drives consistent, disciplined action. It's what pushes you to get up early, to work through discomfort, and to keep going even when motivation wanes. In the 12-week year, having that strong why is essential. It's the reason you commit fully to your plan and refuse to let excuses or setbacks hold you back. When your goals are deeply personal, every action you take becomes infused with purpose. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges we face, time management. The problem isn't that we lack time, it's that we don't use it effectively. The 12-week year introduces a powerful concept called performance time. This means intentionally blocking out specific periods in your day for different types of work. There are 3 key types of blocks. Strategic blocks, these are 3-hour periods of uninterrupted, high-value work where you tackle your most important tasks. Buffer blocks, short windows set aside for emails, phone calls, and routine tasks that need attention, but shouldn't distract from your main focus. Breakout blocks, scheduled breaks to recharge, refresh your mind, and avoid burnout. By structuring your day with these blocks, you ensure that every hour is aligned with your priorities. This method not only increases your productivity but also gives you a clear picture of how you're spending your time. And later in the video, I'll dive deeper into exactly how you can set up your own performance time blocks to maximize efficiency. Another cornerstone of the 12-week year is accountability starting from within. Many people mistakenly believe that accountability comes from bosses or mentors. In reality, true accountability is an internal process. It means owning your actions and accepting full responsibility for your results, regardless of the circumstances. When you stop blaming external factors and start focusing on what you can control, you unlock a level of performance you never thought possible. And here's another fascinating element of the system, the 13th week. After every 12-week cycle, the authors recommend taking a brief pause, a dedicated week for reflection, celebration, and planning for the next sprint. This isn't a wasted break, it's a critical component of the process. The 13th week allows you to review your successes and learn from any setbacks. By doing so, you create a continuous improvement loop that keeps you evolving and refining your approach cycle after cycle. As we bring this session to a close, let's recap the core message of the 12-week year. Instead of falling into the trap of annual goal setting, which often leads to procrastination and last-minute rushes, the 12-week year encourages you to create a sense of urgency every single day. It's about breaking down your long-term vision into short, actionable sprints, measuring your progress meticulously, and committing fully to execution. Imagine what would happen if every week felt as important as the last. Your focus would sharpen, your productivity would soar, and suddenly, those seemingly impossible goals would become well within your reach. The secret is simple. Work smarter, not harder. Please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more insights and tips on achieving success. Let's make every week count.